measurement, that means that you are referring to the size or the length of something. There are different tools that you can use to measure. We are going to be using the ruler to measure, but keep in mind that there are other things that you can use, and we'll get to that in a second. This is called a fabric tape measurer, okay, and it can measure fabric, of course, but it can also measure waist size and all that good stuff. But this is just another method that you can use to measure, and it's more flexible. But like I was saying before, we are going to use the ruler for measurement. A ruler is defined as a straight strip of plastic, wood, metal, or other rigid material marked at regular intervals to draw straight lines or measure distances. In our case, we are going to use our ruler for measurement. So we have inches on the top. I'm going to show you what that looks like. IN means inches, and then we have centimeters on the bottom. This week, we are going to focus only on inches whenever we measure things. Now, I am aware that not all of us have rulers with us. I didn't even have a ruler either. I actually had to grab this out of my classroom, but there are other items that you can use to measure with. Here are a few items you can use to measure inches. You can use this side of a key if you have one of these keys. Okay, as you can see, right here in that area, it measures out to be an inch. Trying to show that a little bit better. So I'm going to lay that down flat and show you what that looks like. But you can use the bigger part of the key to represent an inch. Another item you can use for measurement is a quarter. So you use this as well for an inch. Let me show you what that looks like right there. So you can measure your items using that quarter or the end of a key. It's really up to you. We will not be getting to centimeters yet this week, but here are some ways that you can do centimeters as well. You can use your pointer finger to represent 1 centimeter. You can also use a bigger nail clipper, but this side of it, to represent 1 centimeter. Both of those will work. Let's go over inches real quick. There are 12 inches in a ruler. How many inches are in a ruler? 12. So let's count those out starting from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is the side of the ruler we are going to focus on, and that is the inches. As you can see, the IN stands for inches, and that's the focus that we're going to have this week. Another tip on measuring items: to successfully measure the items, you want to keep them above the number so you can see how long that item is. If I were to put my pen underneath these lines, I wouldn't be able to see the length of my pen, and I wouldn't know where to start. I wouldn't know where the 0 is. So you always want to put it beside the ruler so you're able to measure that. All right, we are going to measure 2 more items in inches just for our practice. So we're going to go ahead and measure our key that we had, but we are going to measure it this way. Okay. So remember, you want to make sure you're going on the top part, and you want to have it starting from the beginning of that object all the way to the end. Okay. So we start at 0 every time. 1, 2. Looks like this key is 2 inches because that is the end of our object right there. The end of our key, that is 2 inches. Pulling our next object, we have our big fingernail clippers. Okay, and we're going to measure the length of those. Let's start that from right here where the clipping would be. Okay, so our fingernail clipper, we started it at the 0, okay? It always starts at 0. And then we're going to go all the way 1, 2, 3. It stops at about 3 inches. So our fingernail clippers are about 3 inches. Zoom in there for you on that one. It's a little bit over, but we're estimating and we're rounding down to that 3 because it's about 3 inches. All right, so we're doing our using a ruler activity. We are going to be doing this throughout the rest of this week. So I'm going to use my ruler and we are going to measure this crayon. So you're going to start it at the 0, just like every other item. You're just measuring something on paper. We're going to count how far our crayon goes. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 inches. So our crayon is 4 inches. So we're gonna write that in our blank. 4-I-N for 4 inches, okay? And then remember, you can also use the end of a key or a quarter for your measurement. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's still about 4 inches or 4 keys. So that's our crayon. Now we are going to measure, that looks like a pencil eraser. We are still using our ruler and we are going to do inches. So I'm starting with the object at the very end at the 0. And then let's see, this one's not very long at all, is it? It goes 0 and then 1. It ends at the 1. So our pencil eraser is 1 inch. 1 inch. We are going to use a quarter for this one. So our eraser is about 1/4. Good job. We have 2 math activities that we're going to do today. The first one is going to be counting to 100. So you are just filling in your numbers from 1 all the way down to 100 on the bottom here. Some of these aren't fully filled in because the copy didn't go right. Okay, so this one is 10, that one's 50, and that one's 80. So you're just filling in each of those. Let's do a few of those together. So 1, 2, what comes after 2? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can go as high as you want to on this. If you want to stop at 10, that's okay. If you'd like to stop at 20, 30, 40, 50, or if you want to go all the way to 100, I'm okay with that. This one is called Find the Numbers. It says use the clues to circle the correct number or numbers. So our clue says on the first one, circle the numbers that have a 4 in the tens place. So you're looking for that tens place and that ones place. So this is the tens and ones. And if you want to divide it like that, you definitely can to help you out. So you're finding a 4 in the tens place. That's going to be that first digit. And then the second digit is the ones. So this has a 4 in the tens place, 43. Let's find another one. 41 also has a 4 in the tens place. Let's see if we can find another one. And 49 has a 4 in the tens place. So that's how you would complete that activity. Good job with math today, guys. Make sure you are taking your time and doing the very best you can. You guys are awesome.